They slam the door. Again, no reply, no call back, no explanation, just silence. And it hurts, not just your pride, but your purpose. But here's the truth no one told you. Rejection isn't your enemy. It's your entry point. Every philosopher, leader, warrior, and builder who shaped history stood where you're standing now, in the shadows of a number. Marcus Aurelius, rejected by his generals, disobeyed by the Senate. Epictetus, mocked for his limp, enslaved, silenced. Seneca, exiled twice. And yet, they wrote, they ruled, they rose. The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way. Marcus Aurelius. Today we begin with that, with your number. Lesson 1. Own the silence. Rejection creates noise inside us. Doubt, fear, anger. The Stoics say, start with silence, not as escape, but as space. Marcus wrote meditations not in palaces, but in war tents, surrounded by rejection. Be like the cliff against which the waves continually break, but it stands firm and tames the fury of the water around it. Marcus Aurelius. Practice. 24 hours of intentional silence. Log out, tune in, write the first 3 things that rise inside you. That's your real work. Lesson 2. Cut the first reaction. Rejection stings because we react before we reflect. The brain's amygdala spikes cortisol within 90 seconds of emotional pain. The Stoics knew this instinctually. Delay judgment. Pause. It is not things themselves that disturb us, but our opinions about them. Epictetus practice. Next time rejection hits, set a timer for 90 seconds. Do nothing. Just breathe. Use 4-7-8 breathing. Let your biology settle. Then choose your next move, stoically. Lesson 3. Premeditatio malorum. Stoics practice visualizing the worst, not out of pessimism, but preparation. Rejection becomes less terrifying when you've seen it in your mind already. Data. Navy SEALs who train using negative visualization show a 33% higher performance rate under stress. If you are distressed by anything external, the pain is not due to the thing itself, but to your estimate of it. Marcus Aurelius. Practice. Write your worst-case scenario of a recent rejection. Now write 2 good things that could still happen if it came true. Lesson 4. Demonstrate, don't debate. Seneca, upon returning from exile, didn't argue. He published, quietly, elegantly, and Rome listened. You don't need to win arguments. You need to show results. Don't explain your philosophy. Embody it. Epictetus practice. Build a 1-page demo, a prototype, a sample, something that speaks for you, not just about you. Lesson 5. Strategic distance. Distance isn't retreat. It's recalibration. By stepping back, you gain power over your emotions, your patterns, and the situation. Withdraw into yourself. The rational soul is self-sufficient. Marcus Aurelius. Practice. Go 48 hours without reaching out to the one who rejected you. Note how many times you feel the urge. That's where attachment lives. Lesson 6. Upgrade your room. You were rejected in that room. Change the room. Marcus walked among soldiers, not just nobles. You grow where growth is demanded. Practice. Message 1 person you admire. Offer help. No ask. Just give. Watch what changes. Lesson 7. Convert pain to fuel. Demosthenes stuttered. People laughed. He shoved pebbles in his mouth and practiced speeches on the beach. That rejection? He recycled it. Fire feeds on obstacles. Marcus Aurelius. Practice. Do 20 minutes of the very thing they said you sucked at. Lesson 8. Serve before you seek. During Roman famine, Marcus personally distributed grain. Leadership by service. You want opportunity? Start by creating it for others. Practice. Post something helpful online today. A guide, a lesson, a connection. Expect nothing. Serve anyway. Lesson 9. Guard the inner citadel. Stoics call it the inner citadel, your mental fortress. Rejection cannot reach what is locked inside. You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. Marcus Aurelius. Practice journal for 10 minutes. What do I possess that no one can take? Lesson 10. Silent results speak less. Show more. Every time you explain yourself, you leak energy. Let the silence do the talking through what you've done. Practice. For 72 hours, no updates, no complaints. Only show results. Rejection is your superpower. Turn silence into strategy. Part 2. Lesson 11. Warm heart, cold mind. The Stoic ideal isn't about apathy. It's about disciplined compassion. Marcus wrote, "Kindness is invincible. If it is sincere, you can forgive and still move forward. Be kind, but firm." Practice. Write a rejection reply today. Thank them. State your intention. No bitterness. Use their no as your own clarity. Lesson 12. Build the invisible. What if the thing you're building only fails because you're showing it too early? Marcus Aurelius spent years developing meditations before anyone read a word. Quote, "Don't waste what remains of your life in speculating about others. Instead, be concerned with how to use the time given to you." Practice. For 72 hours, build privately. No tweets, no teasers, just results. Call it the Stoic Sprint. Lesson 13. Flip the frame. Rejection is not personal, it's situational. The Stoic asks, what if this happened for me, not to me? Example, the founder of Spanx was rejected by over 40 manufacturers. She reframed rejection as redirection. Practice. List 3 past rejections that led to better outcomes. Label them detour wins. Lesson 14. Play the long game. Rejection doesn't define you. Your patterns do. Marcus trained for war, plague, and betrayal because his mission wasn't approval, it was endurance. Quote, "If it is endurable, then endure it. Stop complaining." Practice. Create a 30-day discipline tracker with one core task. Rebuild rhythm. Let small wins compound. Lesson 15. Find your posture when you face rejection. What posture do you take? Shrinking or stillness? Aurelius sat upright even while sick. Why? Because posture influences thought. Practice. Every morning this week, sit still for 3 minutes, back straight, eyes calm, think only, I am enough to begin again. Lesson 16. Serve through story. Turn your pain into a pattern someone else can follow. Seneca's letters were rejection journals, turned into timeless philosophy. Practice. Write one short post or voice note. What rejection taught me. Share with one person who needs it. Lesson 17. Train like a warrior in war. There is no time to cry about missed shots. Train harder. Make your no a workout. Practice. Choose a task you avoid. Set timer, 25 minutes. Go all in. Do not stop. One set equals one repetition of mental muscle. Lesson 18. Detach from outcome. You don't control the door, but you control the knock. Act with excellence and detach from reaction. Quote, "Just that you do the right thing. The rest doesn't matter." Marcus Aurelius. Practice. Today, send one email or pitch you feared with no expectation. Do it for discipline, not applause. Lesson 19. Return to the task. Every rejection tempts distraction. Return to what is yours to do. Chop wood, write page, sharpen blade. Quote, "Nowhere can man find a quieter or more untroubled retreat than in his own soul." Practice. Pick the one task you've been avoiding since rejection. Start it. Set timer. 10 minutes. Begin again. Lesson 20. Stack the victories. Your story is not the no, it's the next 10 yeses that follow. Practice. Create a momentum log. For 7 days, track any forward action, even if small. Proof that rejection didn't win. Outrow CTA, end of part 2. You just turned rejection into a blueprint, but the Stoic doesn't just study the map, they walk it. Which lesson hit you hardest? Which one will you practice today? Comment below, then show up again tomorrow, because the man who outlasts rejection outlives regret. Subscribe now for part 3, Turning Rejection into Wealth, Clarity, and Influence. The universe is change. Our life is what our thoughts make it. Marcus Aurelius. Part 3, title, From Rejection to Riches, the Stoic Way to Turn Pain into Prosperity. Lesson 21. Know your true assets. Rejection strips what's external. Title, income, applause. What's left, what's real. Marcus wrote, a man's worth is no greater than the worth of his ambitions. Practice. List 5 things no one can take from you. Discipline, patience, knowledge. These are your real capital. Lesson 22. Invest in inner compounding. Money compounds slowly, but character compounds daily. The Stoic path multiplies returns over time, through clarity, effort, and self-mastery. Quote, waste no more time arguing what a good man should be. Be one. Practice. Pick one habit. Compound it daily for 30 days. Track with brutal honesty. Protect the streak. Lesson 23. Play status games with yourself, not society. Chasing external validation leads to envy. Building internal scorecards leads to peace. Your identity isn't followers, it's follow-through. Practice. Create a 3-metric system. 1. Did I live today on purpose? 2. Did I honor discomfort? 3. Did I leave something better? Lesson 24. Define wealth stoically. Wealth isn't hoarded coins. It's choices, control, stillness. Marcus lived as an emperor, but dressed as a servant. Quote, wealth consists not in having great possessions, but in having few wants. Epictetus practice. Do a 7-day spending fast. Every dollar saved equals a vote for sovereignty. Lesson 25. Create value in silence. Don't announce every move. Build what works. Let the results speak louder than the rollout. Rejection train you for stealth. Practice. Complete one project in stealth mode. No sharing until it's usable. Name it. Quiet victory. Lesson 26. Convert setbacks into strategy. Every loss contains a map. The Stoic extracts the system, not just the sting. Quote, you have power over your mind, not outside events. Marcus Aurelius. Practice. After your next setback, journal 3 strategies it revealed. Then act on one within 48 hours. Lesson 27. Trade emotion for execution. Feelings fluctuate. Systems endure. The Stoic doesn't feel ready. He prepares anyway. Practice. Write your next week's actions today. Then follow the plan even when your mood resists. Lesson 28. Build an anti-fragile network. Rejection often isolates us. That's the test. Now choose allies who sharpen, not soothe. Practice. Message 3 people who challenge you to grow. Ask, want to hold each other accountable for 30 days? Lesson 29. Redefine success as service success. That ends with you isn't success. Stoicism demands you plant trees you'll never sit under. Practice. Write one piece of advice for someone 10 years behind you, post it, or send it privately. Lesson 30. Turn your story into strategy. Your rejection is not a wound, it's a blueprint. Practice. Outline your journey from pain to power. Frame it as 5 milestones. Use it to teach, coach, lead, or mentor. Outrow, end of part 3. You've now turned no into a compass, silence into strategy, pain into planning, rejection into resilience, and most of all, you've built wealth that no one can see, but everyone will feel. Subscribe for part 4, the legacy phase, from scarcity to timeless prosperity. Dig within. Within is the wellspring of good, and it is always ready to bubble up if you just dig. Marcus Aurelius. Part 4 title, The Legacy Phase, from Scarcity to Timeless Prosperity. Lesson 31. Design a legacy, not a lifestyle. The world chases lifestyle, cars, likes, titles, but the Stoic thinks beyond their own death. Marcus wrote for his soul, not for applause. Quote, "Consider that before long you will be nobody and nowhere." Practice. Ask, if I vanished today, what would remain? Now build that first. Lesson 32. Embrace mortality as motivation. Memento mori, remember you will die, not to depress you, to sharpen you. Rejection fades. Legacy echoes. Practice. Place a visible reminder of death, an hourglass, a calendar crossed out, to focus daily intention. Lesson 33. Craft quiet influence. Real power moves quietly, like water shaping stone. The Stoic doesn't chase followers, he shapes future thinkers. Practice. Mentor one person weekly, 1 hour, no reward, only ripple. Lesson 34. Live in service, die in peace. Marcus Aurelius faced plague, war, betrayal, and still wrote, "When you arise in the morning, think of what a privilege it is to be alive." Practice. Write one thank you note today, not for what was done, but for who they are becoming. Lesson 35. Don't be owned by outcome. Do it because it's right, not because it's seen. The Stoic's fulfillment is internal. Quote, "Ambition means tying your well-being to what others say or do. Sanity means tying it to your own actions." Practice. Repeat. Did I act with virtue today? If yes, rest. If no, refine. Lesson 36. Write something that outlives you. Seneca's letters. Marcus's meditations. None were written for fame, but we still read them 2,000 years later. Practice. Start a private document titled, "For Those After Me." Add one insight per week. Lesson 37. Tame the ego. Daily. The more you rise, the more ego whispers. Rejection keeps you grounded. Gratitude keeps you clean. Practice. Every evening, write 3 humbling moments from the day. End with, "Still, I return to virtue." Lesson 38. Raise others quietly. You become timeless not by standing taller, but by lifting others quietly, consistently. Practice. Introduce 2 people who need each other. Then step back. Lesson 39. Create systems, not statues. A statue may be forgotten. A system lasts generations. The Stoics left methods, not monuments. Practice. Design a repeatable process someone else can use. Teach it once. Let it ripple. Lesson 40. End well. You've endured the silence. You've turned no into clarity, pain into virtue. Now you become what remains. Quote, "Look well into thyself. There is a source of strength which will always spring up if thou wilt always look." Practice. Ask yourself nightly, did I leave something better than I found it today? If yes, legacy begins. Final outrow, end of series. You were rejected. Good. That means you began, but you stayed. And now you've become. This isn't the end. This is your return, with wisdom in your pocket and fire in your mind. Subscribe, share, then build in silence. The next Stoic doesn't need more noise. They need your example. Death smiles at us all. All we can do is smile back. Marcus Aurelius.